So I'll go south first. Storage. Old crates and boxes piled high against the walls make this room even smaller and dingier than it usually is. Made this room seem even smaller and dingier than it actually is. Which is saying a lot. A doorway lies north. The other walls contain nothing but shadows and dirt-filled corners. The accumulated junk of almost 4 centuries worth of one family's strangeness. Most of it is old linens, moth-eaten clothes, newspaper clippings, exciting stuff like that. There's far more here than you could ever go through, even if you had the inclination to. Okay. So I guess the game doesn't want me to look at that. I wonder whether the flashlight is limited in duration, like for a certain amount of actions or something. Crates? Is that anything else than boxes? No. X junk? No. Take junk. Okay. East. Wine cellar. This wing of the cellar is even older than the rest, with walls of piled and mortared stone. The entire room is filled with wine rags. They cover every wall except for one spot to the west, where an exit leads back to the main cellar. All of the racks are dust-covered and empty, except for one against the north wall, which contains some 40 or 50 dark bottles. It reminded of something Michael told you during the long drive up, about how when the police arrived after the shooting, they found the wine cellar in shambles. Nearly every bottle thrown to the floor and shattered, and the whole place reeking of rotted grapes. All except the bottles in the north rack. None of those had been touched. No one could posit a motive for it. You smile a bit, recalling Aspen's ability to turn a piece of insignificant trivia into a compelling story. Still though, now that you're actually standing here, all seems very strange. Row after row of smooth, dust-covered glass. The red wine inside is dark and murky, reminding you somewhat ironically of blood. Strange. The bottles all seem to be fixed in place. They won't come out of the rack, no matter how you tug at them. Smash. Bottles. Trench coat and your clothes. In addition, you have in your hands a broom and... Oh, I still have the broom, that's right. Contain a keyring, book of matches, a family album, a silver locket, a jewelry box, which is open but empty. A complete manual of wards and seals, your umbrella, a typewritten notice, a lantern, an old tin which is closed, and a flask which is closed. So can I do anything here? I can see the shelves though. These racks must have at one time contained hundreds upon hundreds of wine bottles. Idly, you wonder which member of the family developed such a taste for what would have been, for the first generations at least, a sinful vice of the basest kind. The label is faded and mostly peeled away, but what little you can make out seems to indicate that this is not a particularly distinguished brand of spirits. Oh no, that's the bottle that I have in my pocket though, right? On wine bottles. They don't have a label maybe? Read bottles. Alright, the labels are faded and obscured by dust, but you can make out a few of them. Some of these vintages appear to be very old. Dust, bottles. Your fingers leave clear marks in the dust. Use broom with bottles. Use broom. Clean floor. It doesn't get much cleaner. Okay. Clean corners. Close cellar door. Lock cellar door. Put keys into pocket. Southeast. Switch off flashlight. Put flashlight in pocket. Inventory. Okay. East is the back hall, yeah. South is the dining room, okay. Much of the elegance has faded from this room. The huge dining table running the length of it is covered with a thick grey film of dust, and the china cupboard standing against the far wall is draped in shadow. Doorways to the north and east offer little relief from the gloom. For what must be the 100th time you wish you could open the windows in this place. X windows. X window. X blinds. X shutters. Open shutters. Painted shut. Examine table. It's a finely built table, a valued antique like much of the furniture in this house. It will need to be oiled after so many months of neglect, though. I do have oil, but why would I oil it? Okay, I'll save this. Take flask. Open flask. No. Close flask. Put flask in pocket. Take tin. Open tin. Oil table. Use tin with table. pour oil on table. Stop trying to make a mess. Okay. Put oil in lamp. That can't contain things. Okay, I thought it was maybe an oil lamp. Okay, close tin. Put everything in pocket. Sweep. Sweep floor. Look around. Dust table. Wipe your finger through the dust, revealing the rich teak beneath. And a heavy scratch. Alarmed, you wipe away more dust. Someone has scratched the letter C into the beautiful surface of this table. It's interesting. Also, we had 54 number. The safe dial is set to, or was set to rather. Anything else I want to write down? I don't think so. See. Breaks your heart to see it so vandalized. Yeah. Find no further damage. Okay. The china cupboard standing against the far wall is draped in shadow. It's a freestanding cabinet about as tall as you are, crafted of cherry wood. The double-paneled doors are closed. The cupboard is empty. The china must have been auctioned off in the confusion before Michael was contacted, perhaps. Down at the bottom of the cupboard is a velvet lining, where the silverware would usually be kept. The lining is soft, dusky burgundy. One corner in the back, I guess, is pulled up a bit and slightly torn. Oh! There's something hidden underneath. I bet. Tear lining. Aha! You pull the lining back a bit further and discover a thin, palm-sized journal tucked underneath it. Intrigued, you pull the little book free. Score is just gone up by 2 points. Anything else? There's nothing more of interest underneath. Alright. Take journal. Read journal. It's a slim little book, no bigger than your hand, bound in imitation leather. The mice really have been at it. Most of the pages have been chewed away. What's left of the journal reads, "Desperate. Went back to the old twisting lane and found only a blank wall. Without the amulet, how can I resist?" Went back to the old twisting lane and found only a blank wall. Yeah, we were there. That's also the wall from our dream, right? Without the amulet. An amulet. Can I resist? Bottles? Bottles? In the cellar, maybe? Getting worse. People I've never met smile knowingly at me in the street. Please believe I'm a child molester, but I've brought no charges against me yet. Why? Head hurts all the time. I've turned the cellar upside down. Damn it all, where is it? Dreamed of father again. Dreamed of grandfather. Those horrible red-rimmed eyes. Into the safe, finally. 1538-9. Won't forget that soon. Ha! So we do have the combination now, right? Cannot discover entrance in the cellar. Secret eludes me still, but I will find it. The clues in their names, that pestilential procession of names. If I could only... The text breaks off, as several more pages are missing. The last fragmented entry reads, "Will fail. There's no recourse left. I know what I must do. Julia." So is he talking to Julia, or is this written by Julia? So what's that? 1538-9. Presumably combination of the safe. Julia, author of the journal. Something bottles. Empty lane, blank wall. The clue is in their names. That pestilential procession of names. Does she mean father and grandfather's names? Open album. Look up Julia. In album. That's not true though. It says in here you'll have to look them up by name. Look up Julia Verlac. Well, how do I look stuff up in the album? X album. Good bad that Edward Verlac and his family aren't mentioned here. 1944. What album? Pocket. Look around. C. Close cupboard. Inventory. Torn journal. Put journal in pocket. So if I go east, I'll end up in the foyer, but right? Yeah. Okay. So I still don't want to unpack my luggage. up, east, north, X safe, X dial, turn dial to. So what is it? 1538.9. $38? Yeah. Oh. Aha! The tumblers tick quietly as you turn the dial to 9, and with a hollow thunk, the safe suddenly swings open. Your score has just gone up by 2 points. Neato. So I can delete the presumably. It is the combination of the safe. So X safe. Look into safe. In the safe are a puzzle box and a strange metal flute. Appears to be some kind of wind instrument, fashioned out of ornately carved greenish material. 7 holes of varying sizes are drilled along the top. Play flute. You blow an open chord into the little flute, and it resonates with an eerie metallic warble. The sound lingers in the air for a moment, then gently fades away. So many items. It's roughly the size and shape of a cigar box carved from some dark and oddly streaked wood that you can't identify. All 6 surfaces are decorated in a complex arrangement of grooves and panels, most of which are illustrated with leering demonic faces and obscene designs. As far as you can tell, it is in fact a box, and meant to be opened. However, you see no obvious way to do so. That's the problem, you're not sure how. Move panels on puzzle box. Don't know what else I could do with the puzzle box. Put puzzle box in, not Bix, box in pocket. Look into safe. Safe is empty. Close safe. Open safe. Alright. It's a bit frustrating I can't look up Julia. So I think I'm pretty much done with the house, right? Look up puzzle box in manual. Open manual. Opening doors that have been sealed. Read deity's true name. Do I need to put down the manual? Drop manual. Take manual. Look up manual. Close manual. Put manual in pocket. South. West. Down. South. Seems to be locked. A cold, noiseless draft coils through the narrow entrance hall. You shiver, wondering where it came from. Unlock door. Open door. South. Close door. I probably shouldn't lock the door, right? Because Michael's still in there. The woods are ancient, thick with undergrowth. Undergrowth, yeah. Walk into forest. Even if the woods weren't so singularly uninviting, the underbrush is too thick to wade through, and there are no paths. So I guess I'll go southeast. Scenic view. Northeast. Chili Avenue. So I'll check out the road south now. Deserted lane. The gently winding lane makes its way through the birchwoods south of town. New England foliage is famous for its splendid colors. Also, wait a second. New England foliage is famous for its splendid colors in the fall, but the oppressive weather and prevailing murk have bleached these trees of most of their tint. The road continues south into the increasingly dense forest, and in the other direction heads back to town. The paved walk also leads east through the trees. A gust of wind blows your hair into your face. Look at sky. Sky is an unbroken blanket of seething grey clouds in every direction. It's not still raining though, it seems. Look at ground. Out there, beyond the boundaries of the city proper, the cobblestones have given way to unpaved dirt. Listen. The furtive creaking of branches and the soft rustling of leaves are all that you hear. Smell. You smell nothing unexpected. Right. So let's bring up our map here. Right, so this is the forest. I mean, also I should course paint some trees around the house, because there are everywhere. I don't know if there's like trees the entire way though, I don't think so. But we went past the hills, past the scenic overlook, and down south here. This is the forest, right? Now, there's a road east here. What's that say? The paved walk also leads east through the trees. No idea where that leads. Paved walk anyways. Paved, huh? And then there's... this road leads further south to an increasingly dense forest. So I think I'll go east first, or what? Okay. Trees, forest. Let's go east. Churchyard. A low wrought iron fence and spike-tipped bars bent or leaning at crazy angles surrounds the overgrown yard of this dark abandoned church. A gap in the fence leads back west, while a bare path beaten through the groping weeds leads around the church to the southeast. I mean, we're basically at the coast. Maybe I'll need to update my thing a little bit here. And redraw the coast or something. But for now, I mean, I'll just do this. And we can go a bit closer still. Nope. We want that in black. No! Well, I won. Black? No? Why can't I change it? There we go. Abandoned, or I'll just say old church. And then there's a path to the southeast as well. I mean, that actually works, kinda. And I'm assuming there's still trees here everywhere. Also, I might want to do... Oh no. I might want to do Might want to move the coast still. How do I erase? That isn't that the eraser? Yeah. Why is it? I have to put it into white color then? No? Weird. Ah. No idea why that won't work. Color 2 maybe? Also white? Oh, there we go. So, this is my beautiful map. Old church, alright. So we're gonna examine the fence. Fence is about chest high and topped with nasty iron spikes. Reeds and ground vines wind up through the bars, most of which are bent and some of which are missing altogether. The hoary structure of towers over your head, built of massive ancient stones that are now black with age and nearly buried beneath an invading tide of ivy. The doors and windows are boarded shut. The steeple is a jagged silhouette against the brooding sky. At least a dozen sturdy boards have been nailed across the sturdy oak doors. Even with proper tools, it would take you days to pry them loose. Enter church. You can't see inside at all. The windows are completely boarded up. Loosen boards. Try boards. Okay, maybe not. Southeast, behind the church. The forest encroaches right up onto right up to the iron fence here, some of which is literally buried in the tangled underbrush. There are no doors on this side, although a wooden trapdoor over the corner of the building probably leads into the cellar. Path leads southwest, around to the front of the church. Alright, so that's actually not... Yeah, well. That's actually not a path that leads very far away, so I think I'll just do this and then delete the path. So let's look at the trapdoor. The boards are old and warped, but still quite sturdy. It is locked with a heavy padlock. The padlock, which is the size of your fist, is so thoroughly rusted that it looks like one huge homogeneous lump of corrosion. Although it is still quite strong, you might be able to break it if you had something heavy enough. To have something heavy, I have a broom, right? I like that I'm just like walking around the forest with a broom in hand, but it doesn't fit in my trench coat, so... Flute, journal, family album, an old tin. The old tin has oil in it. I mean, I could oil the padlock, maybe. Flask with whiskey. A flashlight, a jewelry box, book of matches with 6 matches left, the silver locket, your umbrella, typewritten notice, and a lantern. Flashlight? Umbrella? Put oil on padlock. Oil padlock. Put whiskey on padlock. Put everything in pocket. So I need like a stone or something. I'll put that on my map though. Just do this maybe. No! We want it to be in black, of course. Oh, it's gonna be this thick though. Can I do this? And then, oh wait, this, and then this, and then this. That works, okay. No. Rusty strap door with rusty padlock. Okay. Getting quite intricate already. I could look up stuff in the uni, I guess. There's also this country lane still. And this path to the south, of course. So let's go west. Deserted lane. Let's go south. Down the road. The forest grows denser as you go, crowding thickly up to either side of the road. The groping, tangled branches block out what little sunlight there is left. Your footsteps are muffled, whispering leaves and the slow drip of water are the only things you can hear. Beyond the watching trees, the shadows are impenetrably thick. The road stretches interminably, north to south. South? You walk a bit farther down the road, but it doesn't seem to lead anywhere. The shadows grow thicker the farther you go. After a while, you turn back, unable to suppress a shiver. Light, flash, light. South. Ah. Okay. So what's that called? Down the road. Doesn't seem to be anything here. There's a walk. There's also this door under the bridge, but that was locked or closed too, right? I did read something about opening doors by speaking the name of the old god, though, but not sure that's gonna help there. Do I want to check the vacant lot again? Oh, there's someone there. An old man dressed in dirty rags sits on his mattress, muttering to himself as he stares intently out to sea. This pitiful creature, oh come on, might once have been a successful and healthy man, but alcohol and mental illness have dragged him down irretrievably into degenerate squalor. His clothes are filthy tatters, his hair is a matted, knotted mess. His body reeks of booze and urine. He sits on his mattress, seemingly oblivious to you or the rest of the world. And that's where he'll stay, until either death or the next drink comes round. I do have some whiskey, though. The old bum is clutching a small object to his chest. He rubs it and turns it in his hands constantly, as though it were some sort of relic or charm. It's hard to tell, but it appears to be a key. The bum. The old man squints at you with bleary, cunning eyes. Don't know too much about that, he quavers. Memory's not what it used to be. I'm so thirsty, miss, so thirsty. The old man squints at you with bleary, cunning eyes. Soft, keening sound escapes the old man. With some alarm, you realize he's quietly weeping. Aw, comfort, old man. Couldn't you just give him a quarter or something? What? Why are you so unfriendly, game? Give old man a quarter. Also, I don't have my purse. Did I just give him the whiskey? His eyes burning with greed, the old man snatches the flask from your hand, unscrews the cap and tips it into his waiting mouth. Tickles of pungent brown liquid ooze from the corners of his mouth as he swallows convulsively, his hands trembling, his eyes squeezed shut and streaming tears. Finally, he falls back onto his mattress with a beatific smile on his mud-smeared face, flask dropping from his fingers. His score's just gone up by 2 points. More whiskey? He asks greedily. Mine, the old man hisses, clapping his hands onto his chest as though you were about to frisk him for it. It's mine, and I won't let it go. Hey, I just gave you some whiskey. It's empty, huh? Also, we're not in the forest anymore. I thought we could like bribe him with the whiskey to give us the key. What's the name of the family again? Verlac? Verlac. The old man seems to physically shrink just a little bit, darting nervous glances around the empty lot. Oh, they're the worst of the lot, he whispers. They're the queen maggots, so they are. Sitting all fat and full of poison in the center of the nest. Particularly that one, the worst of all, the one with the red-rimmed eyes. The one with the red-rimmed eyes. I want that key though. I bet it opens the door in our attic or something. Or the one under the bridge. Door under the bridge. How do I get the key? Would I like have spiked his whiskey or something? I think it's time to save. Anyways. Let's back at the pier. So there's nothing here. The old man looks at you with fawning admiration. What could I talk to him about? Michael? The old man covers his face in his hands. Not a town, he cries, not a town, a hive of burrowing insects. Swarm of maggots they are. Looks at you slyly. They can't find me. When the maggots come out, they can't find me in my hidey hole. Oh. Hidey hole. The old man leans close to you, and you turn away to avoid his rancid breath. Underground, he whispers, giggling. Underground I goes, but I don't know where to look. Got me a key, I do. He holds up a small copper key, and then jerks it away and hides it in his clothes. I lock the door behind me and I'm gone. I mean, is there anything else I could give him? I mean, I have a locket. Why? What do you want with the locket? So old man. Locket. Oh! The bum makes no move to take the locket, but he stares at the boy's picture inside with something akin to fear. Are you? He whispers hoarsely. That's him, so it is. That's the boy. That's William. So, William. Boy whose picture is in the locket. Probably Verlac. I mean, we got points for giving him the whiskey, right? So I think our reward is that he actually talks to us, otherwise he probably wouldn't have, right? So Edward Verlac murdered his family, then killed himself. Maybe his children are Julia and William? Julia is the author of the journal. William's the guy in the locket. Show old man journal. Open journal. Talk to old man about William. Oh! The old man falls silent all of a sudden, and for a while he simply stares down at his hands, limp and open in his lap. Then, drawing a deep breath, he begins to speak, and for the first time his voice is steady, without the reedy whine of alcohol craving. Little Edward had a brother, so he did. And I know him, I know of William, so I do. I delivered the child. Anna Verlac was his mother. It was... Oh, so he's what, like a nurse? Or a wet nurse? No, what's that? Not wet nurse, what's that called? If you deliver children. Man can't be a wet nurse, of course. So there's a couple of things we want to write down, though. William, boy whose picture is in the locket, and also Edward's brother. Edward's brother. Okay, I'll get this over here so you can see. Brother. Boy whose picture is in the locket. So what else did he say? Anna Verlac was his mother. Okay. Anna Verlac. Edwards and Williams mother, Verlac, Julia. I'm not sure if she's a Verlac, probably, but I'm not entirely sure yet, so I'll leave that open. Leans over and grips your arm with a hand that is suddenly steady and strong. It was her father's poison seed, you see. That evil bastard poisoned her womb and put a monster inside her. What she gave birth to. It wasn't... Oh God, when I held that abortion in the shape of an infant. That thing with hooves for feet and its crown of writhing. Then it looked up at me. It looked up at me with its father's red-rimmed eyes. The old man shudders convulsively, and it's a while before he can speak again. Okay, wait a minute. So what is he saying? He's saying... Her refers back to Anna, right? So Edward and William are brothers. Anna is their mother. And Anna's father, so... It was her father, so her means Anna's father, right? So her father, what, like raped her or what? Put a monster inside her? So that's like both the grandfather and the father of Edward and William then. Or at least of one of them. Put a monster inside her. I'm gonna put that tentatively in there. Edward and William's mother. Raped? Question mark. By her own father. It looked up at me with his father's red-rimmed eyes. So, who does he refer to, though, when he means put a monster inside her? What she gave birth to was... Is that Edward or William? Anna and I decided between ourselves we did. Her child, it lived for a few years, but it was sickly and in pain. And it could never be normal nor healthy. So she brought it to me. I was a doctor, you see. I'd seen her through her child's birth, and she trusted me. And I put the thing down softly and without pain, and they laid it to rest in the family crypt. I bet that's in the old church or something, right? And Anna thanked me for it, so she did. Alright, so that's... So is that William they're talking about, or is that another child? The old man falls silent again, and his wavering, bloodshot eyes once more out to the sea. And he's lost once again to the horror and pain of the memories that can only be silenced by drink. Oh, so maybe I can't speak to him more now. That was like my one chance at finding something out. Boy's pictures in the locket. Died early. Question mark. So that's either him or still another child. Buried in family crypt. Question mark. Result of his grandfather raping his mother? Question mark. I mean, the prompt was like, talk to old man about William, so I guess we're talking about that. Pretty dark family history here. So talk to old man about Edward. The old man lets out a vicious cackle. They got to him, didn't they? Maggots got to him good. Got into his head. The maggots got into his head, eating him till he had to crack it open to get them out. Poor boy. Shakes his head. Delivered him, I did. Pulled him right out of his mama. Him and his... Suddenly he stops and will say no more. Also, I'm gonna write down old man. Anna's doctor delivered Edward and William. Anna. Tears stream unchecked down the old man's face. Shouldn't have happened to the girl. Only 17 she was. Still a child when that red-eyed monster took her. His eyes suddenly darken, his fists clench. His own daughter, gods fuck him! Shouldn't have done that to his own daughter, gods fuck him all. So I'm pretty sure I can take away the question mark here now. So we have Anna, William, Julia. We haven't... Have we tried... I think we've tried Julia. That didn't work, right? JWV. Is that maybe something William Verlac? Maybe he has another first name. But if he died young, then probably didn't paint these sketches. Talk to old man about... did I try Julia? Don't know about that. Okay. About Anna's father. Not here, he says. Not anywhere. Never speak it. What else? Michael, Anchorhead, we tried that. Verlac, Miskatonic Uni, Miskatonic River, JWV. Look up Anna Verlac album. Cannot find that name anywhere in the album. Okay. Look up Edward Verlac album. Since this book was only published in 1944, there is no mention of Edward Verlac or his family. Probably wasn't even born yet. Yeah, alright. Look up William Verlac. Figured as much. Look up J.W. Verlac album. Anything else we want to show him? inventory. Family album, torn journal, silver locket. We showed him the locket, that was a good idea. Flask, umbrella, old tin with the oil, flashlight, puzzle box. Yeah, we could show him the puzzle box and the jewelry box. Oh, and the manual maybe. Strange metal flute. Show old man flute. Not sure what you want him to do with it. Play flute. Manual. Open manual. Close manual. Show old man. Box. Puzzle. Jewelry. Show old man jewelry box. Put everything in pocket. I think that's it, right? That's all we can talk to him about. That was pretty good, though. It was pretty good. It's a lot of info. Okay, so currently we are on the vacant lot, so I think we'll go back. I mean, maybe he'll give us the key now. Yeah, okay. Beat old man with broom. Sweep. Floor. Doesn't get much cleaner. Okay. West. Back in the town square. Alrighty then.